You obviously do not know who you are fucking with!
Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm just standing here appreciating how fucking awesome that quote is, okay? That is awesome.
But if you close your eyes,
Blade 2. So Blade 2 is the sequel to the first Blade movie, a movie that I thought was really kick-ass and a great time, but did have some B-movie issues with it, but hey, if it's fun, it's fun. So the story of Blade 2 is that there is still a war going between Blade and the vampires, but now there is a new thing coming. There is a new monster, a new power has risen. There are these things that are called Reapers, which to me is pretty much a combination of vampires, the Predator, and hunters from Left 4 Dead. But these things are here to eradicate all beings, not just humans, but also vampires as well. So the vampires have pretty much no choice but to team up with Blade and to try and take these things down. And in terms of the whole story of trying to fight these demons and helping the vampires and what are the vampires trying to gain out of it, what's Blade trying to gain out of it, it's actually really interesting. Now I don't want to go into too much detail just in case you guys haven't seen it. I'm just saying that there are a couple of moments where some people turn out not to be who they are and some people also turn out to be working for this person or working for that person. And I will say there's two people who mainly do that, but in my opinion one of them was a complete surprise and one of them was completely fucking obvious as anything. So it's half and half. There are good moments and bad moments from the story, but take it as you will. In general, I think it's a really good story. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are especially moments in this movie where you can clearly see that the writers basically took all the good moments from Blade 1 and put them in Blade 2, but tried to make it seem a little bit different, like I wouldn't notice. Because in the first Blade, you find out that the main objective is to harvest the blood of a Daywalker, to harvest his power. It's kind of the exact same end goal for the vampires in this movie as well. Also in terms of an action purpose as well, it's got the exact same effect. Because in the first Blade movie, he's really weak, he's powerless, and then all of a sudden he gets some blood to help him get to his pure state, and then he just, you know, completely kicks ass. And then in this movie, he's really weak and powerless, he finds some blood, he takes some blood, and then he's into his rich pure state and kicks ass again. I mean, yeah, they are completely rehashed moments, but they're done really well in the movie, so I can't complain. It's just, you know, it's lost its originality, so you kind of have to fault it for it, but it's used well in it, so take it as you will. Now in terms of the characters, it's pretty much exactly the same as you'd expect from the first Blade movie. I mean, you've got Wesley Snipes as Blade, who, as usual, completely kicks ass and clearly loves this role so much, whether he smiles or he even tries to kiss his Mustang at the start of this movie, which is quite funny as well. So not denying that he's still kick-ass. Chris Christopherson is in here and he's just so cool. Once again, doesn't hardly need to do anything. But then you've also got Ron Perlman in this movie. I mean, my fucking god, is Ron Perlman so good. I mean, what the hell do you expect from Guillermo del Toro putting Ron Perlman in a movie? He's gonna be in it, he's gonna be cool, and he's gonna be awesome. That's exactly what you're gonna get with Ron Perlman and Guillermo del Toro. And in terms of the side characters as well, you've got Scud here, who was okay, I guess. I didn't think he was amazing. If it wasn't for his story purposes later on in this movie, I'd find him to be a bit of a waste, really, but he was just there, to be honest. And you've also got this woman here who is pretty much exactly the same as the first woman in Blade as well. Just, you know, a bit emotionless in terms of her acting, and she was okay, and she did have a couple of story purposes, but in the end she just turned into a little bit of a petty crush for Blade. Because Wesley Snipes is just trying to be so cool and collected, you can just really see that, to be honest, he just doesn't care. I almost feel like the writers wrote Blade to care about this woman, but I just didn't feel it. And by the end of this movie, when you get the conclusion of her character, it's a really heartfelt moment and it's really beautiful, but it didn't really have any feeling to it, mainly because Blade just didn't have any feeling. Or should I say Wesley Snipes didn't have any feeling to it. So in the end, she just felt like a bit of a waste, to be honest. Now, one of the biggest problems I had with the first Blade movie was obviously the CGI. The CGI is absolute piss poor, okay? It was just so fucking strange. But thankfully, you've got Guillermo del Toro to save this movie, and oh my god, it is so cool. The CGI in this movie is completely spotless. It is pure perfection. I feel like Guillermo del Toro just kind of took cliff notes from the last Blade movie and was just kind of like, right, okay, that was really cool. I love the pace of it. It was really fast and it was really cool, but I feel like if I just add some more sound effects to it, but I can also show the action a little bit more into this movie, then this is going to be one hell of a cool movie. And oh my god, it's one hell of a cool movie. The sound effects when it comes to the punching and the kicking and the neck cracking as well is really on point. And you can also see more of it from an R-rated perspective. The more you can see, the more you're going to love it. And I exactly love that perspective. And there are also some action sequences in this movie that require a lot of acrobatics, and I don't know why, it looks a lot like a video game acrobatics, and a lot of mid-air kicks and mid-air punches, and it just looks really video game like. I don't know what else you could call it really, but if it was in any other movie it would just fall flat, but in this one it's so cool. So I'll tell you what, right on for doing that. Guys, in the end, Blade 2 is awesome. It is a really cool movie, a really good time. It takes everything that you love from the first Blade movie and just makes it more spotless and more perfected into the second movie. I mean, yeah, sure, there are a couple of rehash moments and some characters that feel like they shouldn't be in here, but other than that, this movie truly is worthy of going on the top shelf. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed your stay here, and I hope you will enjoy more videos that is to come on this channel, and I will be seeing you in the future.
Couple of razor blades, just in case.
Well, you didn't think I forgot about you, did you?